yes, it is hump day, and we all know that stoop kid never leaves his stoop. Alright, here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are ya? Now, today is July the 2nd, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for both Cassie Mendoza and Danny Weaver. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments section below, and finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from. But before we get to Cassie Mendoza and Danny Weaver, we have to find the snitch. So, like I do every week, please let everyone know in the comments down below where you find the snitch. Whether you found the snitch today in that location or you typically find the snitch in those locations. Let everyone know, because the snitch does appear in over a dozen different locations throughout the open world. So if you can't find the snitch, try to help out other people. Try to look for, where other people find them, and maybe you can find them in time, because remember that these vendors open and close every day. So if you don't find them today, you're going to have to find them, come Friday or Saturday. So it's going to be a while. So for my location for the snitch, I am sitting at coordinates 1408 by 3626. I am just south of the 1040 safe house, and the fastest way of getting here is go to Jefferson Trade Center and run across the street. Once you find the snitch, accept the bounty, and he will give you the gun runner's locations. Now, you can save these bounties for later. I mean, you can see all of these heroic bounties that I am keeping, and these are all from the snitch. So as long as your global difficulty setting is set to heroic, all of those bounties will also be heroic. Now we are looking for the white shopping cart icon on the map. There should be two of them. And here we go. So the first one right here, Danny Weaver. He's in Constitution Hall. Where is Cassie Mendoza? There we go. Cassie Mendoza is in the West End. And we'll go to Cassie Mendoza first, because Cassie Mendoza is a normal vendor, meaning what Cassie sells you can buy with normal credits, where Danny Weaver, he is a textiles vendor. And it's a lot harder for Danny Weaver, because you have to actually earn those textiles. And I'll talk about that here in a second, but first let's run over here to Cassie Mendoza and see what she has to offer. Now, did you like that little spawn camp right there? That was pretty funny. They tried to get me with that open world spawn camp, but I got them. Now, because I highlighted the location, you can see we're right here. And this is a safe area, so if enemies or anything like that are over here spawning or shooting at you, you can easily just run through this doorway and you're good to go. For example, check this out. Right? They're shooting at me, and then look. You are now in a safe area. See? And now they're just roaming away. Bye-bye. Alright, so Cassie Mendoza, here we go. Timestamp it. Do whatever you need to.
Tell me what you need.
But here she is.
Great.
And starting off at the top, we do have our named items, and this does come with another disclaimer. If you are new or returning to the game, you might not see these bottom three named items. If that is the case, it is because you have not unlocked them. So to unlock the Shield Splinterer, you have to hunt down and eliminate all of the Year 1 hunters, open up the ivory chest, and then you'll be able to receive this weapon, and she will sell it every week thereafter. Following that, we have the Hunter Killer chest piece. Now, to receive this chest piece, what you have to do is you have to have Warlords of New York, that is the expansion, and then you have to hunt down and eliminate all of the Year 2 hunters, open up the off-white chest that is in the Haven Settlement in Warlords of New York, and then you will have this chest piece, and she will sell it every week thereafter. And then finally, for the Huntsman, this is the brand new Hunter item, and this one is linked to the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. So if you have the Battle for Brooklyn DLC, all you need to do is hunt down and eliminate all of the Year 7 hunters, open up the Ash chest that is in the Battle for Brooklyn settlement, the bridge, and then you will receive this weapon, and Cassie will sell it every week thereafter. And that's how you unlock these bottom 3 named items. But starting off at the top, we have the Surge. This is the named rifle with perfect spike, and this week it comes with health damage, but you could easily change that to damage to targets at a cover and be good to go. Following that, we have a force multiplier. This is the named Hanayu backpack with perfect combined arms, and this one with status and weapon handling. Not really feeling that one, so let's go ahead and move on. Following that, we have the Shield Splinterer. This is the named F2000 with perfect Optimist, and this one with reload speed, but again, you could just change that to damage to targets at a cover and be good to go. After that, we have the Hunter Killer. This is the named Golem Gear chest piece with perfect Intimidate, and this one with skill damage and explosive resistance. Not really my cup of tea for those attributes, so let's go ahead and move on to the Huntsman. Now, this is the brand new named FAMAS, and this one with perfect Frenzy as a talent and headshot damage for that bottom attribute, but again, you could just change that to damage to targets at a cover, and you're good to go. Going down to the gear set items, we have a ongoing directive backpack with weapon handling, not bad. A breaking point chest piece with headshot. Foundry bulwark gloves with hazard. Aegis knee pads with max crit damage, okay. Foundry bulwark holster with armor regeneration. And finally, a Hunter's Fury mask with skill haste. Going down to the high-end items, we have the Grown Great. This is the named SMG with perfect stabilize and damage to targets at a cover. Following that, we have a military M9 with magazine size and bread basket, a 511 chest piece with health status and headhunter, and finally, a Hanayu holster with skill haste and weapon handling. But this Hanayu holster is not bad for your skill builds out there. All you need to do is change the weapon handling off for, say, skill damage, and you're good to go. Looking at the mods, we have incoming repairs 17.7 and shield damage bonus of 1%. Now, must-buys, things to look for from Cassie Mendoza. Let's see here. The shield splinter wasn't bad. Those attributes are okay. The huntsman, again, it wasn't bad. They're okay. The ongoing directive bag is kind of rare because you can't craft these things, so you have to either get it from a vendor or farm for it. So there's that. The Foundry Bulwark with Hazard and Foundry Bulwark with Armor Regeneration, both of those are good for your tank builds, but obviously change them both to match. So either do both Hazard or both Armor Regeneration, and then you should be good to go for a nice little tank build. And then finally, the Hanayu holster is good for your skill builds. Just change the weapon handling to skill damage. All right, so that is it for Cassie Mendoza. Now let's jump over to Danny Weaver. Now, Danny Weaver is not a typical vendor. They just came out with Danny Weaver about a year or so ago. And what he is a textiles vendor. So before we get into Danny Weaver, let me just show you how to get textiles, okay? So you go down to your apparel menu, and in the bottom left, you'll see caches. So every time you open up a standard apparel cache and you get a duplicate, you will then get textiles. Now you can see here that right under where it says apparel cache key, it also says that I have all event items collected. So that means no matter what, every time I open up this cache, I am guaranteed to get textiles. And you can see at the bottom of your screen, I am over 264,000 textiles. So let me show you exactly how that works. You open up a standard apparel cache, and once it shows that you have a duplicate, it says textiles were awarded. I just received 60 textiles. Nice. Not too shabby. Now, because of that, you get to stack up on your textiles, and every week you can run over to Danny Weaver and pick up his caches. He does not sell individual items. He sells only caches, whether they be exotic caches, named item caches, who knows? it is different every week. So that's why I do these videos, to see what he has to offer. That way, if it's a whole bunch of exotics, we know exactly what to do. I am getting poor connection to server out of nowhere. But anyways, you look for the pride flag over here, and this is Danny Weaver's location. It's also a safe area. So if enemies are, coming at you, you can run over here and not have to worry about them. But the weather outside is, well, weather. All right, here we go. Danny Weaver, timestamp it. Do whatever you need to. Here we go.
You got something to
Now
trade.
this week he has what? 1, 5, 4, 2. What? So that's 12 caches total. 12 caches. So we get 1 exotic, 5 field proficiencies, 4 crafting caches, and 2 named item caches. Now remember, the named item caches, you can get PvP exclusive items. The field proficiency caches do give you a chance of getting exotics, and obviously the exotic cache is guaranteed to give you an exotic. Now the crafting cache, that is good for you new and returning players out there, but for some veterans, you might not need these crafting materials. Now whenever you do pick up these caches, make sure it subtracts from your textiles. That way you see it works. And then after you purchase all of these, you need to wait for the caches to pop up on the bottom left of your screen, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So buying these caches, you can see that it's subtracting from my total textiles, and it does seem to be working. And then what we're going to have to do is back out and see them all pop up on the bottom left of my screen. So back out, bottom left of my screen, and then just wait for all of those caches to pop up. There we go. All right. Looks like we're good. I still have poor connection to server. And now we have all 12 of our caches. Now let me know what you get in the comment section below. I'm not opening up the crafting caches because I don't need them. But I did get a Dr. Home, the Matador with double reds. What? That's a good one. Yeah, it's taking a second to open up these caches. You can see my connection is pretty poor right now. See what's going on with that here in a second. But yeah, it's definitely taking a second to open up these caches. It's getting me a little worried, but I am at the tail end of this video, so we'll be okay. Ooh, double red Walker. What? Oh, this is going to be good. And the Cabaret. I'll keep the crafting caches for later. Let me know what you get. But I got the Dr. Home. And I got the Matador. Let me see that Matador. Weapon handling, crit damage. Not bad. It's alright. I could put that on an SMG and then put the weapon damage to armor. Not bad at all. But alright. Let me know what you get out of those caches, but this was your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for both Cassie Mendoza and Danny Weaver. I am Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Peace out.